Hello, everyone. This is Sam, and I'll be talking about a little tool that we recently built, right? So, this is something that we built. If I say we, PIWC Fredericton, we decided to build our own projection software, right? Now, the reason for building such a software is that we want to really embrace the latest technology when it comes to the field of artificial intelligence, right? Now, this is a fully automated church projection software, right? It doesn't just do projection, right? It's able to capture sermon insights in real time, okay, as well as it's able to store this sermon in archives and give you social media assets, okay, that you can easily post, about the sermon on your social media. And this is what I'm talking about now. So, different way of doing things, right? Now, verses are able to appear instantly. You can edit on the fly, seamless projection. Now, you can even use your phone. You don't even need a laptop for this, okay? You can use your phone. You can use any device that connects to the internet to actually do the projection, whether it's 10 screens, whether it's 5 screens, it's still going to be synchronized and it's going to show beautifully, okay? Now, why should you really consider this? You can use this to augment your current tech setup, right? For example, you can use Easy Worship for your in-person services, Bible verses, and all that. Whilst you can use this to capture the sermon and insights, and they will show side by side. Okay. You can also use this to show both verses and the key points in the sermon. Now, the only difference is that this is fully automated, right? You don't need to do anything. Okay, you just start recording and it will do the verses and the key points at incredible real-time speed. Okay, now you don't even need to know, sometimes preachers mention, the book, but not a verse. Okay, and they go on and say you know, they go in and say the scripture, right? And this is able to detect it in real time and project the right verse, okay, for it, and that improves learning. Okay, so this allows the congregation to learn, faster because they're able to see the verses that are being talked about in real time. Sometimes the preacher talks about a story without mentioning the verse or the book, but this is able to detect it and project it in real time, right? Yeah, so everything you need. Live transcription is context aware. It understands the sequential nature of verses. Okay, you can also have a manual mode where you can use it like an easy worship and edit if you want to do that. Okay, key points are automated. It's projection ready. It's immersive and full screen. Okay. It works anywhere. Very important. Like as I mentioned, you can project from anywhere. And especially during your online services. Okay, this is particularly very good for your online services as well. Okay, you don't need your tech team to join online and try to use easy worship and all that. Okay, just from your desktop, you can do all that just in one click. Okay, and you're good to go. You have the whole tech stack, automated in one click. Okay, now after you're done with your sermon, you have 13 social media assets that are automatically extracted from your sermon. Okay, it includes quotes and verses and summaries of your text, okay, or your sermon, right? And this is an interesting one: the video snippet, timestamp, and captions. So here, Okay, so imagine you have to edit a sermon video of 2 hours. Okay, you don't really know the timestamp where the major points are, or the verses were mentioned. Okay, this will help you annotate it, and you can easily jump onto those ones to make your editing very, very easy. So it's built for pastors, teachers, elders, anyone. Okay, especially if you streaming to a very large, audience, and some are remotely, some are joining remotely. It's very important because I can actually join from home and see whatever is going on the projector, and also listen to the sermon at the same time. We have that feature included in it already, inbuilt. Okay, so again, developed by us here in PIWC Fredericton. So let's get into it. Okay, so just gonna sign in. Yeah, because I've already signed in, right? Let me just show you the whole flow. So here is easyBible AI. I'm going to sign in. And yeah, we've used this several times. Okay, and 461 minutes already of total recording time. Let's start recording. So you're going to see this. Okay, this interface. Sermon title, preacher's name, church name. Okay, so these are important because they're going to show up on the projection screen as well, and also show up in your social media assets. Okay, and in your audio input interface. Okay, now this is the same as this. So when you fill this is going to be filled out. Don't worry about that. Now you have your Bible translations for display, either WEB or KJV. Okay, so display mode, very important. If you want to use this together with easy worship, you can do key points only, right? You can also do verses only if you don't want any key points being displayed. And if you want to do both, you can actually select both. That is verses and key points. Okay, then that is it. You basically have to just start recording. Okay, so let's see if we can test this with sermon from our father, our dear chairman, right? Let's see. So just give me some time. I'm just going to set this up quickly. So I'm just going to name this. The number one mistake. I'm just going to name this Destined to be Holy. One of the sermons from our dear chairman. And it's going to do Apostle. And let's just do COP Canada. Oh. Yeah, so I'm ready. I can just start recording. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in and out of this to show you some features that were seen in there. Okay, and then we move on. So I'm just gonna hit recording soon. So start recording.
What it means in the New Testament. And so the Spirit is there, but it is inactive. When we compromise on holiness, the Spirit will be there, but it will not be operating on our behalf. They were defeated again. 30,000 this time were killed. And then a Benjamite decided to go and report the matter in Shiloh. Let's read verse 13, 1 Samuel chapter 4, verse 13. From verse 13. When he arrived, there was Eli sitting on his chair by the side of the road. Now pay attention to that. Where was he seated? By the side of the road, watching. Because his heart feared for the ark of God. When the man entered the town and told what had happened, the whole town set up a cry. Now, so Eli was sitting by the side of the road, fearing for the ark. Why? But let's read 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 9. The New Living Translation will say that Eli the priest was sitting at his customary place beside the entrance of the tabernacle. So that was a customary place. That is where he usually would sit.
So as you can see, the Bible verses were, shown quickly and captured well. Okay, so if I go back here, so this is the projection mode. Now I'm going to take you to the, what is happening. Okay, so this is how you're going to see everything. Now I'm going to take you back here. Okay, let me stop recording because I'm going to mess the transcription up. Okay, yeah. So this is your control panel. You can start recording. So open projection is going to open the projection screen for you. And if you have an external monitor, it's going to go on that external monitor. Okay, so I'm just using one monitor to demonstrate this. Okay, you can also drag it. Okay, and you can join this sermon. Okay, anywhere you are in the world. Okay, so you just need the internet. Okay, so for example, if I want to join this particular sermon, okay, I'm just gonna keep it running. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to copy join link. So this can be provided to members. Okay, and if I go to any browser, okay, any browser at all, okay, any browser that can connect to the internet, I can do that. So I'm just gonna open a different browser. Here, okay, I'm just gonna paste this here. It's gonna ask me for a code to join this particular sermon, and I'm just gonna show you two things here. So I'm just gonna validate this. So now you can see, so I can join this as an audience. For example, you have a church member who wants to join from home, right? And you don't have a streaming service. You don't have a huge streaming service like cameras and all that to stream. You can just provide this link for the person and they can join as audience member and enable live audio. So they're going to see whatever you are seeing on the projection screen. Okay, they're gonna see that whatever you were seeing on the projection screen. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm gonna resume recording and I'm gonna test this quickly. Okay, I'm gonna test this quickly. So here, so let's say, so they are now joining the service. Okay, so let's say a Bible verse comes up. Let's say Matthew chapter 3 verse 1. So whilst this is being shown on the projector in the church member can also see it on the phone. Okay, together with all the key points and all that live, as though he's in church. Okay, yeah. So that you can also add your own notes and save it. So that is one way to join. You can also join. Let's say you can also join as a display. Okay, so joining as a display is for devices. So let's say you have two screens. Okay, so I can join as a display. Okay, so this will be a display on the other screen. Okay, on the other screen. Okay, on the other screen. Okay, so yeah. So if you have 10 screens, 15 screens, you just need the code. You enter the code and they are all live. Okay, and synchronization, you can see that the key points have started popping up here. You know, yeah. So I mean, it's mentioning this because whatever I was saying was also being captured. That is why you see that here. Okay, yeah, that's why you see digital platforms and all that, because it's also, not just the sermon, but I was also speaking through it. That's why you see this in here, right? So let's see. So you can close this app. Okay, I can close this. I can go full screen mode. Okay, I can just go here and I can close this app. Okay, and then yeah, you can see the key points there. I mean, you can see it's recording me, so you have some mix of the sermon and my voice in there. That is why you see the key points that way. Let's say you're done, right? So you can stop the recording, and you can. So it's generating social media content, sermon summary, and all that for you. Okay. So you can view archive. Okay, let's look at some of the you know some of the sermons that we already tested with. We can even use this one. Okay, yeah. So you can view. You can go to social media, and you can see yeah a nice quote from the apostle. Okay, you can see, and this is actually from the sermon itself. When we compromise on holiness, the Spirit will be there, but it will not be operating on our behalf. Okay. Apostle Dr. Eric Nyamiche. Okay, so this is already ready for you to post. Okay. Text summaries, verse graphics, the Bible verses that were used. Okay. So this is a nice post to put on Twitter. This is a good one for Facebook. And this is a good one for Instagram. Okay, so it's also helping your media team. And video snippet tells you at which part that key things were mentioned. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, so that is it. In here, you can always visit easybibleai.com, and you can always reach out to us if you're confused about anything. We should be able to help you. Okay, again, this is Elder Sam, and bye bye.